On the last day, I'll show you guys what's next.
because I also want to work on different parts of my game. I want to get explosive, fast, and I want to increase my vertical.
And that's only because we got a bit off track. We weren't able to do our actual workout. I wasn't able to use the gym because it was being cleaned up at the moment, and I didn't want to miss out on a workout. And since we're almost done, and I'm gonna be doing this workout anyways, why not just replace that one day with it? But now today's game plan. Before I actually go into the next phase, I like to take a resting period just so I'm not overworking, giving my body a period to just cool down for a bit. It's only going to be a couple of days, but in those couple of days, I'm just not doing weight room, and I'm still going to be working on my game, because there's one thing that I've noticed: injuries can go under the table. They can be unseen for a very long time, especially if someone's working out and constantly working out. You won't be able to tell what's injured because everything hurts. That's a usual thing for athletes. Of course, everything's going to hurt. I just worked out on everything, so now it's really hard to tell the difference. So that's the main point of the cool down period. I also really want to see my performance without my body being sore, because of course I'm not going to be able to show you guys my ball handling at its full strength when I'm already weak. That's why I chose to do this on the last couple of days. Today I'm just going to be doing my ball handle, and right now I'm working on going forwards and backwards. Like I said before, we have to be able to control the ball any way we want. This just makes simple drills a lot more complex, but I already explained that in the last video. The big question I always get asked is, how do you become so shifty? And one of the biggest ways to become shifty is discipline. I bring this up every video. You guys see me walk back every single time I mess up. I go back to each checkpoint, because right now no one's guarding us. So technically there should be no reason I'm messing up right now. We should be able to get there and back perfectly, because that's going to change when someone is actually guarding us, because now there's pressure, it's at a faster pace, it's going to change the whole scenario. So if you're messing up already, and you're messing up probably 2-3 times just getting down and back, that's probably going to double when a defender's guarding you. And I know you're probably tired and just want to finish the drill, but here's the second thing to becoming shifty: it's all about detail. If I don't like one thing, or if I didn't do something right, I'm gonna do it again. And when I talk about detail, I mean, look at the way I'm shifting my body weight. I apply all my weight on one foot, and then I can switch it fast to my next foot. This is a crucial part. It makes it look like I'm actually selling the move. Also, now look at my footwork. They're responsive, they're fast, they do what I want them to do, and my hands and my feet match. What I mean by that, in a crossover, your feet movement should match your hand motion. This will help maximize your explosiveness. As you guys can see, even though I'm not going anywhere, it still looks like I'm about to take off after the move. Also, I look like I'm in rhythm. When they don't match, you start to look sloppy. And in a crossover, your feet movement must match the timing of your dribble to shift your body weight correctly and create separation from your defender. If a defender cuts me off, I must adjust with a quick first step, and also still keeping control of the ball. Also, momentum. When you're doing combo moves, every movement in basketball starts from the ground up. It doesn't matter what you're doing, shooting, passing, or defense. If your feet moves before or after the dribble, then it creates unnecessary pauses. But when you plant your foot and the dribble happens at the same time, it transfers energy. I told you guys, there's more to it than just dribbling a ball. This allows you to maintain a forward motion without stopping, and you could do it smoothly. A lot of people get really mad when they mess up, and I get it, it's annoying. But at the same time, you have to stay calm and be able to realize what you did wrong. Even sometimes I be going too fast for myself. Sometimes I'm not positioning the ball correct. The only way you're gonna get better if you can see your mistake. When I'm going back to a checkpoint, I like to think about these things. So the next time I do it, I try to fix that mistake. That's why you never see me like running back. I'm using every moment of this training session trying to get better, rather that's physically or mentally. The mental part of the game can destroy you. It sure has destroyed me before. It really made me never want to play basketball again. It made me hate the sport. I'm glad I overcame this, but that's why you see a lot of people quit basketball. That's why it's one of the most talked about traits in sport. Coaches preach it, athletes train for it, and fans admire it. The same way it could destroy you, it can also push you to the top. So you have to use it wisely. It's often defined as the ability to persevere through adversity, stay focused under pressure, and push beyond your limits when your mind and body want to quit. It's what separates good from great players. It allows players to hit game-winning shots. It allows players to get through brutal training sessions and bounce back from failure. Like, look at me. This is not where I expected my basketball career to be. But you don't see me moping and sad about it. I'm still getting up and putting in that work. I am still hungry. A lot of players will lose that hunger. So it's really important. But the problem is, mental toughness is often misunderstood. People think it's about shutting out pain, ignoring emotions, and pushing it until you break. That's where it becomes really dangerous. There's a fine line between mentally tough and mentally reckless. The pressure that is put on athletes to always be tough can lead them down a destructive path. And to be honest, I felt like I was down that path before, because it'll make you do stuff like ignore injuries, and I most definitely feel like I was doing that just to get what I want, and I always end up paying for it in the long run. That's literally probably why I have knee pain and had to do this whole series to begin with. Another one is like overtraining and burning out. I told you guys a couple videos ago I made a TikTok about overtraining, and I told you guys about the comment. People think it's fine to train for 8 hours a day, but don't realize how it affects them. Because they fear failure so much, they're putting their body through so much stress and don't realize that we're just human. They want to make it so bad, they don't care about the outcome. Even if this caused them to have a short career, they still made it. But I'd rather have a long career than a short one. But that's just me. You can still get where you want to be, but you just have to be smart with it. And especially because a lot of you guys are young, don't expect to get 100% better in one day. It's 2% better. Then the next day, maybe 3% better. Then the next day, maybe another 2% better. It's all gonna add up, but you just have to be patient. Now I'm gonna tell you guys how to build mental toughness. Listen to your body, because pain is not weakness, it's information. Learn the difference between discomfort and an injury that you need to rest. Because taking a break isn't quitting, it's making sure you could keep going in the long run. Acknowledge your emotions. Being mentally tough doesn't mean you're not human. You still feel pressure, stress, and doubt. Talk to someone. Find a relief. It doesn't matter if it's a coach, video games, or whatever. There's never anything wrong with needing support. Prioritize recovery. In the beginning of the video, I told you guys how I'm taking a break to rest and how it could really benefit me. This is crucial to obtain long-term success. If you use these the right way, it can take you to the highest performance level. So don't fall in that trap, because true strength comes from knowing yourself, listening to your body, and finding the balance between pushing forward and protecting your future. Speaking of future, I went to a basketball training session. Now, usually I'm the one that's training people, but I was being trained, and I'm with a bunch of other people. Some of these people are around 19, 20 plus. Some of these people are high school kids. And the funny part, some of these kids don't want to play. That made the coach extremely mad, just because they're always talking about how they want to be the best player. They want to do this, they want to do that. But when you actually could get better, and this is a step to help you get there, you don't want to do it. You want to sit on the bench and watch other people play. And me personally, at their age, I was never like that. I was dying to play. I was always in a gym, no matter what. You don't even need to ask me to train, because that's what I came here to do. And I mentioned in the last video how some of these kids, they don't have gyms. They literally play on dirt, and they send me Instagram videos of them doing it. But anyways, I only brought that up because the amount of work that you put in right now could determine your future. And to be honest, I don't like the way that I'm working today. It's not my best performance. I don't feel like that I'm pushing myself to get better. I'm more just coasting. That's even why I went to a training session, because it's honestly harder to train yourself than have someone else to train you, because they're there to push you. If you're not running fast enough, they're gonna tell you to run. And that's exactly what I needed, because it made me realize that my training sessions need to be better. I know a lot of people can't find it in them to push themselves, but I definitely think I can. Especially if the goal is to get to a higher level, I need to push myself. Because if you guys see, I do train myself a lot. So I don't have no one in the gym with me. I don't have anyone pushing me. It's just me and a basketball. And I think I found a way around this. So usually when I'm training people, I like to time the training. And what I mean by that, if I give you a drill and you have to make 10, you have to make 10 in 2 minutes. So that keeps the drill at a certain speed. And if you realize basketball is time, you only have 40 minutes to play. So why not create that in a training session? So now I know when I do the next series, this is something I need to add. But this training session was not terrible. It was not my best, but it was not terrible. I still did a lot of good things and looked pretty good. And we only have 2 more days left. And then the next workouts are gonna be intense, because I'm gonna take everything I learned and apply it to the next workouts. And I'm so excited, because what I have planned, it might turn me into the best player in Canada. And if you want to get better with me, make sure you guys check out the link in my description, because you guys could get a whole workout plan for yourself to do at home. But speaking about home, I'm almost done this workout, and it's time for me to go home and eat. Yeah, I know. I said I'm trying to eat before every workout, but I clearly didn't. So I am starving right now. But before I go, I need to tell you guys about my knees. Usually I would do my knee workout right after my ball handling workout. Again, in the beginning of the video, I wanted to see how my body is doing. My knees are feeling great. I do want to see how it feels in the next couple of days without doing the workouts, because I want to know if this is permanent or do I have to keep on doing the workouts. So for the full results, I guess you guys will have to come back the next day.